COVID-19, BC reopening depends on variants of concern, BC. Premier on June 1 changes to minimum wage, return to part-time schoolKamloops discovery being felt deeply in the OkanaganB.C. Man sentenced for murder of Belgian touristway. Remember, Trudeau pays tribute on second anniversary of Humboldt Broncos bus crash. Penticton Peach Festival's Kids Zone a hot spot. B.C. sees rise in cases of B.1.617 COVID-19 variant. How hackers can exploit vulnerabilities in Canadian companies. Whistler gets vaccinated. Good news for Squamish as well. Fleeing car hits power pole in Kelowna. Summerland business demands apology from Mayor. Summerland, BC. Mayor claims to have received threats over Confederate flag incident. California wildfires threaten Santa Barbara homes, workplaces. B.C. unveils four-phase restart plan as vaccinations rise and infections drop. Saskatchewan's reopening roadmap helping guide other provinces. B.C. restart plan dependent on vaccinations. Candy Toto, from the Musco-Pitung First Nation, says she is done waiting for apologies from the government and the Roman Catholic Church when it comes to their involvement in the residential school system. I think we're all past that now. We just want to start seeing actions towards reconciliation, Toto said. We need more programs for our children and we need more in our schools to learn about what happened in those residential schools. I join with the Catholic Church in Canada in expressing closeness to the Canadian people traumatized by the shocking news, Francis said. This sad discovery increases the awareness of the sorrows and sufferings of the past. I join the Canadian bishops and the whole Catholic Church in Canada in expressing my closeness to the Canadian people, who have been traumatized by shocking discovery of the remains of 215 children, pupils at the Kamloops Indian Residential School. May the political and religious authorities continue to collaborate with determination to shed light on this sad affair and to commit to a path of healing, Francis added. Toto says she wasn't surprised by the Pope's lack of apology. And for her, the path of healing starts with sharing her story. Throughout the 1980s, she attended 3 different residential schools, Lebret, Muskowaquan and Gordon's Indian Residential School. Until recently, Toto says she didn't know how to talk about her residential school experience. However, she says the news of the 215 children found in Kamloops brought back a lot of feelings for her. I started telling my daughter who hasn't heard my stories, Toto said. She didn't know the depth of residential schools and how much they hurt our people. Toto first went to Lebret when she was about 7 years old, and only attended for a month. I missed home. I didn't want to be away from my family, said Toto, adding she ran away from all 3 schools a number of times. She spent the most time, 1 year, at Muskowaquan Indian Residential School on the Muscovequan First Nation near Lestock. It wasn't a very good experience, she said. Toto, who loved to play and watch sports, said she was punished every time she tried to participate in extracurricular activities. Her punishments ranged from cleaning the stairwell with a toothbrush and washing windows to hauling water and pulling weeds in the school's tree line. She believes that's the cause of her anxiety. My house has to always be clean, she said. I live with a lot of anxiety over that. It felt like I was always going to be in trouble if my house wasn't clean. Toto isn't the only one reliving the trauma of residential schools. Chief Cameron says an apology and an acknowledgement from the Catholic Church is part of the healing journey for many survivors. It's only going to take the Pope maybe 40 seconds, or 215 seconds, to issue a public, genuine apology, he said. Boland recognized an apology as a first step, not the final step, and says the Archdiocese is learning how to walk in solidarity.